I'm in the process of forming partnerships. That's what I do. It's a thing that I stumbled into many years ago. And we buy about 30 young horses every year at auction sales around the country. I bring them back to Aiken, which is one of the great training grounds in all the world for the thoroughbred horse. And then we sell shares in each horse. We keep 5% of every horse, so we sell 4 shares in the remaining 95%. Then I manage the stable, which is totals around 60 horses. They campaign all over the United States, and because of this technique, we have been able to put a very powerful bunch of racehorses out there. We've had some great horses, and we've had some that couldn't outrun me. Summer Squall was a great horse. I bought him as a yearling for $300,000, which is more than I usually pay. But from the very start, he acted like a good horse. He was just had greatness written all over him. And the only time he was defeated as a 2-year-old was in the Aiken trials, when there were 4 horses going a quarter of a mile, and when they sprang the latch, he was gazing out at the infield. And he got beat about, he was 3rd. But the light came on in his brain, and he was not beaten again that year. And then he went on and was 2nd in the Derby the next year, won the Preakness, won $1.8 million. And when his racing days were over, we sold him for $8 million as a stallion. One of the great ones we had was a horse called Dominion. I bought him in England, brought him over here in the early days when people were still looking askance a little bit at this partnership technique. He came over here and ran for Dogwood, a campaign from Chicago to Miami and from Saratoga to New Orleans. And he kept us in the spotlight and did so much for us. And I think about him every day, what he has meant, and that's true of a lot of the good ones.
These horses have never seen a rider, never seen a bridle before, so the saddle is just absolutely new. So you have to, take your time, get them used to all that stuff, and then putting the rider on the back, having him feel weight. And then it's progressive steps. It's kindergarten, and then you go to 1st grade and 2nd grade. The whole idea is getting them done to the point where they get to the racetrack here within a couple weeks, start basically stretching their legs with doing some light galloping. It's very slow and very short for the amount of time. And then we gradually work up to where they're galloping 1 3/4, 1 3/8, 1.5 miles. And then it's just, then we'll, after they've been training come January, we'll start adding for just a little bit each of speed for a short distance. And that is, of course, increased over a period of time to the point where in March, they should be able to go a 1/4 mile at a good rate.
I like all horses, but I adore a good horse, and I appreciate a good horse.